In this video, we're discussing how you find the circumference of a circle if you're given the radius or the diameter. Now, to begin with, there's two different formulas for circumference. We have circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius, and I have that jotted down here in the bottom left-hand corner. And there's also circumference equals pi times diameter, which again, bottom left-hand corner. Now, for each one of these problems, I'm going to approximate pi at 3.14. So for every single calculation, we're going to utilize 3.14 in place of pi. Now, pi is an irrational number. It goes on forever, never, 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 and we just tend to approximate it by its first few digits, which is why I'm using 3.14. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into number one, finding the circumference with a radius of 5 centimeters. Now, radius is half the length of the circle. In this case, it's 5 centimeters. So I'm going to utilize the formula that has r in it, or for radius. Okay, so let's start out by jotting down our equation. We have circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius, which we know is 5. And since I'm approximating for pi, I'm going to change my equal sign to an approximately symbol because I'm not using the exact value for pi. So we have 2 times, and in place of pi, we're utilizing 3.14 times 5. We multiply, I know this one's super easy. 2 times 5 is 10, so C is approximately 10 times 3.14. Now, if I take out my calculator here, right, we have 10 times 3.14. We end up getting the circumference to approximately be 31/4. Now, let me jot that down here. C is approximately 31/4. In our units of measurement, we are utilizing centimeters. Now, do not make your units of measurement squared. You do that when you're talking about area, so just leave it just centimeters, not square centimeters. Okay, and that's our answer for the first one. Now, other questions that I see involving circumference is sometimes they want you to leave your answer in terms of pi. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So let's go back and rewrite our formula. We have circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius. Let's plug in our value for r. So circumference equals 2 times pi times 5. And if you're going to leave your answer in terms of pi, you're not going to plug in a value for pi at all. Just leave pi exactly the way it is. Don't plug in 3.14. Don't really utilize it in your calculation at all. Just leave it alone. So I know 2 times 5 is 10, so circumference equals 10 times pi. And 10 times pi is really just 10 pi. So your circumference equals 10 pi centimeters. Okay, and that's how you leave your answer in terms of pi. Literally don't plug any number in for pi at all, and you end up getting your answer. Okay, let's move on to number 2. So this time around, we're given the diameter, which is the full length of the circle. In this case, it's 9 inches. So let's go ahead and utilize the formula circumference equals pi times diameter. So we have C equals pi times diameter. Let's plug in our values. Again, we're approximating for pi at 3.14. So circumference is approximately, so pi, we're using 3.14 times our diameter, which is 9 inches. And now let's go ahead and multiply this. So we have 9 times 3.14, and we end up getting the circumference to approximately be, we have 28 and 26 hundredths, and our units of measurement, we are dealing with inches. Now, if I wanted to leave my answer in terms of pi, again, you wouldn't plug in 3.14 for pi, and you would end up getting circumference equals pi times 9. And if I just flipped it around the other way, because we always write the number in front of the pi symbol, so circumference equals 9 pi inches. And that's our answer, leaving it in terms of pi. Okay, that's it for the first two. Now, before you go, I have 2 more problems that I want you to try on your own. So I encourage you to pause the video here. Try out questions 3 and 4 just on a blank sheet of paper or whatever you have to write on. Okay, do all your steps from start to finish, box in your final answer. When you think you have both answers correct, come back and play the video and see how you did on 3 and 4. So at this point, I'm assuming you have paused the video, you've tried out these problems, and let's see if you got them right. So for number 3, Okay, we are given a diameter. It's 22 inches. So I'm going to utilize the circumference formula, C equals pi times diameter. So we have circumference equals pi times diameter. Let's plug in our values. So we're approximating for pi, so equal sign changes to an approximately symbol. Pi is 3.14 times our diameter, which in this case is 22. Now let's go ahead and multiply these and see what we get. So we have 3.14 times 22, and we end up getting our circumference to approximately be 69 and 800ths. And we're dealing with inches. Again, not square inches, that's area. Now, if we wanted to leave our answer in terms of pi, don't plug in anything for pi. So we have circumference equals pi times our diameter, which is 22. Again, flip them around so pi comes last in our final answer. So circumference equals 22 pi inches. Okay, so hopefully you got number 3 right. If you did it using the number as your answer or leaving it in terms of pi, hopefully you got it right. And now let's move on to our last one. So again, we're given a diameter here, but this time around I'm going to change it up and use circumference equals 2 pi r so I can show you both formulas as well. So my diameter is 6 centimeters. I want to find the radius though, so all I have to do is take my diameter and cut it in half. So I know my radius is 3 centimeters, so r equals 3 centimeters. And now I'm going to use circumference equals 2 pi r. So we have circumference equals 2 times pi times our radius. Let's plug in our values. So c equals 2 times pi, or 3.14. And again, we want to just change this to an approximately symbol before I forget. Times our radius, which is 3. I know 2 times 3 is super easy. That's 6. So circumference is approximately 6 times 3.14. Okay, let's multiply those. So we get 6 times 3.14. And we end up getting our circumference to approximately be, we have 18 and 84 hundredths, and we're dealing with centimeters. And if we wanted to leave our answer in terms of pi, right, let me get this calculator out of the way, and then we'll erase this part and just do it again in terms of pi. So I'll leave the answer there. So we had circumference equals 18 and 84 hundredths. If I wanted to leave it in terms of pi, let's plug in everything except pi. So we have c equals, it was 2 times pi times the radius, which we know was 3. 2 times 3 is 6, so we have circumference equals 6 pi centimeters. Okay? Hopefully you got your answers correct for 3 and 4, and after watching this video, you can find the circumference of a circle given the radius or the diameter just fine. If this video helped you out, feel free to leave a like, comment on the video, as well as subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you in the next one.